I think people don't realise about the Gold Coast that it is the startup capital of the country, and to me that's not a surprise. I think people who come here are more innovative and they make the best of not being constrained by predefined patterns. Sometimes when you're working in a city, you sort of get an idea of what you should be doing or what the next person is doing. But when you're in a more of a frontier environment, you realise that the traditional rules don't necessarily apply to you, and at that point, that's where innovation gets created. So I think the Gold Coast, the hub, having engineers here is all about innovation, and it's about promoting that, and this is the best place to do that. We focused primarily on community when it comes to the engineering hub. We focus on an environment that takes away the distraction, takes away the noise in life. Sometimes living in a big city, you get distracted by all the things that you don't really want to be distracted by, so it doesn't allow you to focus on things that really give value to your life every day. So we have a laid-back environment here on the coast. We very much focus on family and, like I said, community, and it's really there to promote a safe, clear space so people can really focus about doing their best possible work. I think one misconception or perception of engineers is they're people who like to wear headphones, sit in cold, dark dungeons somewhere and code. And that, to some extent, is true, but the reality is there are a lot of software engineers out there all around the world that love to live in nature. They love to get out in the environment and do their best work. And so, with that being said, we actually have 2 surfboard racks. We started off with one, but we ran out of space, so we had to get a second surfboard rack. And what we see, and this is not us setting this up, some of the traditional surfers that are also amazing coders, because they're very zen when they code, are actually teaching some of the newbies in the hub how to surf. And that happens organically, and that happens during lunchtime, it happens after work, depending on the weather, and if they're lucky, it happens in the morning when the surf is at its best, if you ask me. There are a cohort of people in our hub, but just in the community that love to program, love to design, and they get their best work done when they're out in the best environment. And the Gold Coast is the best environment to do that. And by the way, the weather helps as well.